And what today is? Today is Tag Tuesday. So, I'm doing a tag. Oh, what's up? I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. I'm only going to apologize for 3 things. 1, an eyelash might fall off at any time. 2, you might hear some cars in the background because I want to be surrounded by nature as I'm not allowed to leave my house. 3, can't think of the 3rd thing. So, this is the Animal Crossing personality book tag. It is by Leading Lady, and I'm going to leave a link to that down below as well as the questions. If you guys don't know, I don't know where you have been, but Animal Crossing came out and I fell into the hype and therefore have been playing it. I rushed out, I found a Switch, I bought it immediately. Okay, so I started playing New Horizons. Given that I have never played Animal Crossing besides Pocket Camp before, I don't think that counts, it's not real. But, so this is my first time. When I was younger, I played Luigi's Mansion and Spyro, and that was pretty much it. So, I didn't know Animal Crossing was a thing, or I probably would have been into it. So, no one told me that there was going to be bees that were going to come sting you. I can't stop getting stung by bees. And then, I love spiders, okay? But let me tell you, every time I see a spider in the background now, just moving, I just panic. I panic because those things are terrifying in the game. Why did they make spiders so scary? I love spiders normally, and they have made them scary for me. They have ruined a love of mine. I'm very stressed out about the bees and the spiders because someone told me you can't get hurt in Animal Crossing, and that's my biggest fear in video games, is that I will die too much. I know I can't die in Animal Crossing, but it doesn't feel good to be constantly stung and bitten by things, okay? Makes me feel like a bad player. It also took me 6 whole hours to learn how to cut down a tree yesterday. I also spent an hour today making an overall dress for myself. How's your islands going? Anyway, let's get into the tag. Now that I feel that I've gotten a tiny rant out, I'm going to do the book tag, and while I do it, it's about the personality. So for each personality, I'm also going to show you my favorite character, villager, whatever, during this, who falls into that personality category. So, yeah, also I took a test, and apparently I am Snooty. That's just rude. I feel called out. Question number 1 is Peppy, and my favorite Peppy character would probably be, I believe, Uchi. I believe that she is a new character to New Horizons, but I'm not too sure. But she is so fabulous looking, so cute. She is a red fox, and I just think that she is absolutely adorable. But anyway, for Peppy, character from the book you'd feel pretty peppy about moving into your Animal Crossing town. So on my island, I want someone who's going to be resourceful, but who is also going to listen to me and be a hard worker. I want to say Simon from the Mortal Instruments, because he listens to everything Clary says, and then he listens to everything Isabelle says, and basically will do whatever. As long as you're like a cute girl, he'll do whatever you say. So we have Uchi. I believe this is the sisterly characteristic, and for this mine is Muffy, which is great because she's actually the first villager on my island, and I just love her like weird kind of gothy aesthetic. I could have a whole island of sheep and I would be happy. I love all the sheep. Like, why are the sheep so darn adorable? I don't like sheep in real life, but the Animal Crossing sheep, I love them. This is a book that has a sibling relationship you enjoy, so this is in its bonus points for a sisterly relationship. I recently finished 10 Blind Dates, and this is kind of based around a large family anyway. It has cousins who are very close, but it also deals with her and her sister, although her sister doesn't currently live near her and she's away for the holidays and her sister is on bed rest. They do have very close texting relationship, and I really like that. It was very realistic to me. Obviously, my favorite is To All the Boys I Love Before. I just love those 3 sisters together are just awesome. And I always think back to just how well Margot handled like the hot tub video situation, and just like that was such a moment for me. Like, I was like, that just means like so much. Like, this is a good sister. 3 is a book that made you cranky, and my favorite cranky, honestly, I cannot stand any of the cranky villagers. I hate them. I can't stand the cranky creatures. The only one who's allowed to be cranky is Dobby. I just think that he's the only one who's allowed to be grumpy because he's like old looking. So Is this a book that made you cranky? Let's see. Emergency Contact. That one with Carry On, Rainbow Row, On Girl, After. Tell me when to stop. Next is normal. I honestly could love pretty much all the normal characters. My favorite by far is Fauna. I just love her. She's so darn cute. And she's just so natural and adorable. And I just love the looks of her. And just like, I don't know. I just love that. I like the look of nature, and she just seems so natural to me. This is what kind of books can you always turn to for comfort? So this could be like a genre or a specific title, especially now during this time. I have been reading a lot of YA contemporary, and it's just been so good right now. Pretty much everything. I've been reading romance. Anything with romance, kind of not too heavy. I can't really do the fantasy right now, like my brain just can't absorb it with everything going on in the world. So mostly romance. My number one would probably be Harry Potter, but I think that, and then I always go back to To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I watch this a movie 3 times a week because I love it so much. Next is Snooty, which apparently I am one. For Snooty, mine is probably Blair. Again, she's just got a very like natural kind of look about her. I just think she's so cute. A book you enjoyed that no one else seemed to, or an unpopular bookish opinion that you have. So for this, I'm probably just going to talk about like it seems like in the past like 2 years there's been a lot of very polarizing YA books published. It's like you either really love them or really hate them. It doesn't seem like there's really anyone in between, and these are the ones that I really enjoyed, but it doesn't seem like anyone in my like closer circle seemed to enjoy. So like Wicked Saints, Gilded Wolves, Serpent and Dove, Ninth House, like these are all things that it seemed like people really either detested or thought were just so stupid, and then some people loved, and I was definitely in the loving aspect of those things. So I read for enjoyment. Sometimes I don't have to look too far into things. Next is Lazy, and Lazy has my favorite Animal Crossing villager of all time, and that is Lucky. Lucky is my absolute favorite. I've been looking for stickers of him. Like, I want a collage in my bullet journal just based around Lucky. I thought about doing like my whole Switch dedicated to Lucky. Like, I love Lucky so darn much. Like, I would die for him. Die for Lucky. This is a book that took you way too long to finish, and a recent one was probably Ninth House. It took me upwards of like 3 to 4 months to finish, and it was just because it was such a dense book to me. Basically, Leigh Bardugo, like the story was good, but her writing just wasn't. Oops, I said it. Maybe I'll get into it more because it will be in my wrap up coming up. But basically I just didn't enjoy the writing, and the writing I think is what was really hindering the story for me. It was just too dense, and it didn't have to be kind of deal. So that's probably the most recent one, because I don't tend to spend longer than like 3 days with a book, really. Another one was probably Wicked As You Wish, because this again was just kind of like all over the place, so it was just really hard to sit down and absorb it all because it was just too much to take in. So number 7 is Smug, and for this I think this is also a new character, and this would be Raymond for me. I saw him and like fell in love. I love Raymond. Like, he is so darn cute. Like, he is the only one who is like attractive. Do you know what I mean? Creepy. This is a hyped book you have zero interest in reading, and mine would probably be Skyward. I have a copy. I have kept a copy only because you guys have told me to keep a copy. I just don't really have an interest in reading it. I don't really care to read Brandon Sanderson. I also don't tend to really care for sci-fi type things, unless it's like dystopian. So yeah, I don't know. I'll probably give it a try just because so many people have raved about how good it is. I will probably sell my copy and then buy the UK copy because I like it a lot more than the US copy. Next we have Jock. I don't really like any of the Jock characters either. Listen, I only like 3 characters in it. I like sheep. And I think the one sheep in the Jock category was discontinued at some point, like he has not returned. So for this, mine is probably Drift. He's like this neon orange frog, and he was probably the other one, and I like his name with racing and stuff, so I don't know. He was like the only one that I felt was cute enough for me to pick. Okay, I didn't think anyone, like, what is happening? There's just a fire truck outside of my house right now. Why, sir? What is your bookish MVP? This is something that completes your reading experience. Now, there are some bonus questions, and it deals a little bit more into things that I would pick for here, but my real MVP is probably my couch. I've read so many books on that couch, okay? There's an indent where I sit all the time. You just sink into it no matter where you sit down. So bonus questions. Tom Nook, who I don't trust. I don't trust him. This is an auto by author. I have quite a few. Kat Howard is probably my recent one. I just have been loving everything that she has written. Sarah J. Maas, Lee Bardugo. I'm trying to think of people that like I know pretty much. I own pretty much all their books. ML Rio, if she ever writes anything else besides If We Were Villains. Not necessarily auto buy because I don't buy thrillers because I didn't listen to them, but probably Riley Sager for thrillers. I will read everything that he puts out. Isabelle, what is your most ambitious bookish goal for 2020? I think mine is mostly reading down all of my own series, but there are two things that I'm doing kind of behind the scenes that I really want to finish for this year, one of which would be to actually finish a novel. Probably not gonna happen, hasn't happened the past 6 years, why would it happen this year? Who knows. Yeah, I really want to finish a novel, but there's also some other project that I'm working on, but I don't want to say anything in case things don't work out because it is something that would be kind of a big deal, at least to me, and would require a lot of work into it, and I'm afraid if it falls through, like, I just don't want that. I don't want that public if I fail. The Able Sisters, your favorite recent book cover or cover by? I don't really buy books anymore unless that I kind of am like 99% sure that I'm going to enjoy it, or if it's an author that I really enjoy. So I'm probably just going to pick library things here, things that I checked out from the library. The most recent one is probably Seven Deadly Sins, I think that's what it's called, and or Seven Deadly Things or something like that, and it has the look of it like a Harder Doorway Wayward Children series. I think that's kind of becoming more of a theme. I've seen a few books with these covers, so that was probably my most recent one. And then also Language of Spells or something along the lines of that. This has been one that I just stare at all the time, and finally I just brought it home because I was like, it's just so beautiful. Hey Slider, do you listen to anything while you read? Always anymore. I have to have some sort of ambience music playing, ASMR ambience playing in the background. It normally has to be something that has like rain, and I do like the sound of like turning pages, so I normally look for, there's like a Hogwarts library one, and then also the Hufflepuff common room ambience is a really good one. I normally look for Harry Potter ambience ones just because they tend to be more magical. Another one is like Rainy Day in London or something like that, and you can hear like horses clicking in the background, and that one's really good, and it's like 4 hours long, so yeah, I normally just listen to that and I love it. Or Crackling Fire. I like that too. I have to have some sort of just kind of like background noise, just cancel out anything else. And then a Brewster, drink of choice while you read. Friends, if you don't know, I am a coffee-aholic. I drink coffee all day long. Like six cups a day is like a small amount for me. That was the Animal Crossing personality book tag. I will leave all the information down below for that. Let me know how your islands are going. What have you named your island? My island is named Core. If you don't know, that is Persephone's other name when she is like the gardening goddess. Why? What is up with the fire trucks? Well, don't live in town. Just don't do it. Also from Lore Olympus, if you guys know. You know, I kind of feel like her today, actually. I mean, like flowers growing in my hair. Oh, that's what I should have did today. Yeah, I hope you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see future videos from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye!